everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to do another look that is inspired by Valentine's. This is the look we're doing, but again, it could be every day. To me, it's more a subdued, elegant, sophisticated look for Valentine's Day. And I've noticed, depending on the brand, that's the kind of look you're going to get. You know, if you go for Valentine's Day from like ColourPop, maybe Morphe, um, Violet Voss, trying to think. But those kind of brands, I feel like you're going to get more bright, pigmented, boom, in your face. But if you go more, say, Lancome or Pat McGrath, or, well, hers was bam in your face too, but, you know, Natasha Denona, it's going to be more elegant, more subdued, you know? And the brand we're going with today is Bobbi Brown. And I haven't used this palette in a long time. It's the Luxe Metal Rose Eyeshadow Palette. I don't know if it's still available or not, but I love this palette. I really do. I don't know why, because I have these colors 10,000 times over, but there's just something about this palette that I like, but I feel like it might be coming close to the end of its life because the shadows, I don't remember performing like this. Not that they're bad, because they weren't, but it wasn't as nice. But I could have wet my brush prior to every time I use it, where on camera I don't. So that could be it. I do apologize if you hear outside noises. There's kids playing outside. But I'm letting fresh air in because it's kind of nice out today. So for my waterline and inner corner, I grabbed my Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon Champagne Diamonds. And I put it on my waterline and then in my inner corner because I want the shadow that's in here to stick a little better to the center corner when we get there. But let's get started. The first shade we're going to go into is Pink Blossom. This one right here. But when I first got this palette, I actually did use it. I actually do really like Bobbi Brown eyeshadows. I just do. Are they anything like special? No, not really. But to me, Bobbi Brown is right at that price point with like Urban Decay and Tarte, maybe a little more expensive, but not much more. And their shadows are nice. It's like Laura Mercier. I love Laura Mercier too. Some of her palettes, some of them not so much, but based on color story, not quality. But yeah, I was sitting there again looking for stuff to do for these last couple of days, and or I guess last week, I don't know. But I seen this and I thought, well, this does kind of remind me of Valentine's in a softer way. Obviously, anything with a red would kind of remind me, but you know, I really don't have that many palettes with red in them unless it's like a rainbow palette, in which that doesn't remind me of Valentine's Day, you know? It just reminds me of a rainbow, like if I was doing a rainbow look or something. But yeah, so I don't know. Wow, there's kids outside. I don't know if you all can hear it, but they are having one good of a time. Sometimes I wish I could be like that. Don't you? Just going outside and playing again, no worries in the world. That's what I feel like a kid should have, though. I hate it when I hear that a kid has to grow up so fast, you know? Because they should have that childhood, you know? Because Lord knows, once you get old enough, you ain't going to get it again. I was just talking to my son today, my older son, and he was like, I thought life was supposed to be fun and nice and good. He's having a bad day though today. And I was like, I don't know, who told you that? I was like, where did you even hear that from? And it was just, that's what they think when they grow up and move out. Life's going to be better than what it is at home, you know? They can do whatever they want, be wherever they want to be, you know, type of thing. No rules, rules, when in reality there's rules. And there's work, and it's not so much fun anymore. It's all work, no play, for the most part. And it kind of makes me sad in a way, because like, he's a good kid. He really is. And I don't say that just because, you know, he's my kid. I get more emotional because he's my kid. But regardless of that, he's still a good kid. And he's really not made any bad decisions yet. Like, he's got his head on really, really good. But I don't know. I feel like he's just too serious. And it's so funny because he's the baby from like my first batch, my first batch children. And then my daughter from my second batch is the baby, and she's just like him. They take everything so seriously. And I don't know if it's because they're the babies and the way they were, you know, treated like the baby, where the two older ones are more just laid back and chill and whatever is whatever, you know. Like, he takes life seriously, and my daughter does too, in the sense of like, even though she's young, she's like a little adult. Like, you must abide by the rules. All kids must abide, you know, if there's rules, like at school and stuff. And her grades have to be perfect, and her handwriting has to be, like, everything has to be so perfect. And I don't know where they get that from. But they take it so seriously. And part of me is like, well, I guess it's better than, you know, goofing around, that sort of stuff. But then the other part of me is like, this is the time to goof around, you know? This is the time to make your mistakes and learn. And I know my son will make a mistake, you know? That's inevitable. I hope it's not a huge mistake, you know? But you grow from it. If you never have any mistakes, there's nothing to grow from, you know? But I do wish at his age he was having a little more fun. But at the same time, it's like, I'm so proud of him because he does take everything so seriously, and he is looking out for himself and his future and all that. But at the same time, it's like, that's all good, but I want you to be happy too, you know? That's all I want for them is happiness and love, but love can break hearts, so therefore I don't really wish for that, to be honest. I get to be single. They got me. I'm like, you got me. But yeah. But at the same time, I don't want them to have me, because I want them to be self-sufficient, you know, and not depend on me, because I won't be here forever, you know. And I know that they'll all be fine when I'm gone, so that does give me some peace. Because that's all you can wish for your children, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. I went into the shade Velvet Bloom. It was that pinker, this one here, this pinky shade. Second, after I went in with the Pink Blossom, I'm sorry, I'm sitting here rambling, and right here, I went in with that one. And then I went into Deep Bloom, this one here, to darken up that outer corner. Just sitting here chit-chatting and not even telling you what I'm doing. Did you all get this palette? Do you have it? Is it? I don't even know if it's still available, to be honest. It is a nice palette, though, for especially for like every day, even. But I don't. Is it? I like the nudes palette too. That may be my favorite, actually. I don't know. I have to relook at that one. I've seen it in there when I was pulling palettes out. Now, I'm going to take that Velvet Bloom, and I'm just going to run it under the lower lash line. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used on the top, because it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I think the messier your eyeshadow look is, the better it looks, to be honest. I don't know why I feel like that, but I do. Unless you're like a professional makeup artist, then I get it. But for me, I feel like the messier my look is, the better in the end it'll be for some reason. Probably because it's not perfect, so therefore it's better that it, you know, when it's messy, it's like it's purposely done. I'm going to take that deep bloom that I used in the outer corner, and we're going to line this lower lash line with it. But yeah, I don't know. And life is full of craziness, to be honest. I've come to notice. Alright, I got that under there and blended out. Or smudged out, however you want to say it. I love this little brush. It is like my all-time favorite brush for I really love this brush from Refer. Alright, now we're going to take the shade Metal Rose, which is this one right here, and we're going to pop it all over the lid. And it's so funny because this shadow feels so creamy, almost like a cream shadow, to be honest with you. It looks wet even. And there's no fallout. Like, it's such a nice shadow. All these that are like that in here. It just is it feels a little dry now. That's why I think the palette is getting older. Because it was really, really creamy and wet looking when I first got this palette. But it smells fine. Look at that shade. And you could always spray it or apply it with your finger. That would probably give you more oomph. But look at that. And it does lay nicely over the lid too. Like, it's not really like settling into creases and stuff. So that's nice. But such a pretty shade. Such a pretty shade. So pretty. Okay, going back into that deep bloom shade, because I don't want to lose that shade out here in this corner. So we're just going to apply it there. Keep that dark. I make the weirdest faces while doing my makeup, y'all. And I never noticed it until I started doing the videos. And then I did. Now we're just going to go back into that shade. We're just going backwards now to blend. Blend it out. eyes are so different on each side. It kills me. It really does. Alright, then we're going to take that deep bloom shade and line the top lash line. Okay. Back into Metal Rose, the one I put on the lid. Just touching up. Okay, and then for inner corner, I'm going to take this honey blush here, this one right here, and we're going to put it on top of that one that I put there so it holds better, because it didn't really hold on this side very well, like until I had put something there to hold it, and then it did pretty good. So that's the only reason why I applied that. I could have sprayed it, I guess it may have held like that also, but either way this works, so works for me anyway. And then that's all we did with the look today. We're going to curl the lashes. Ouch. Try to get them all in there. And then I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs primer. Since I have it, might as well use it. And I really do like this primer, y'all. Like, I just like the color and everything of it, to be honest. It's not white, and I feel like it covers, the mascara can cover it easier because of that. It's more like a flesh tone color. But it just applies so nicely. And it grabs all the lashes. And then I'm even going to grab some of the bottom lashes. Not that I need to, because I didn't feel like it did too much for my bottom lashes, to be honest. I was hoping it would help them from being so unruly. But it didn't. Alright, and then we'll let that dry. And then I'll go in with the, you guessed it, I had to do a brown, y'all. I had to go back to brown, so I went back to my brown Too Faced. Yeah, I think overall the look turned out really nice with coloring and stuff. Like, I think that palette blends really well from color to color. And I just feel like it's also like an everyday look you can make out of it, also depending on what you did and what colors you use. My lashes are looking so good on this side. If I could just get this side to be half as good as this one on this side, man, I'd be so excited. Because like I just do, I feel like these lashes over here are just wonderful. They're growing nice. Of course, I'm using the Grande Lash Serum at night. And, you know, though, I wonder if that primer makes the lashes fall. Like, they're just too much product, you know? Because I noticed when I was doing this one that it kind of fell when I put the mascara on. And I had to, like, keep pushing them back up. But when I do that, what happens is that mascara will flake. If you touch it, it does flake. So it's not as bad as the original one, but it does. There for a second, I really thought it didn't. And of course, if you don't touch your lashes, it won't flake. It really won't. But if you do, it will. So we're just going to put this mascara on. And we're going to apply it to the top and bottom lashes. And the more layers you put on, the more it will flake there too. If you keep trying to build it up and up and up. And this eyelash is so hard for me to do to begin with because I'm right-handed, so. And then for the bottom. Like I said, the primer don't really do nothing for your bottom lashes, I'm not gonna lie. At least not for me. Shoot. Of course I'm gonna make a mess. Surely didn't think I was gonna escape that one. Clean it up in a minute. I really just like the color of this, to be honest. If somebody else could dupe this color, it'd be great. Because I don't. I'm starting to not like this formula just like I didn't. And I hate that because, like I said, I love the color. I can work with it though. It's not that, because I can work with it. So I just know that, like, I can't touch my lashes. I can't be really messing with that part of my face at all, or it will flake. And I have to be careful when applying it, you know, not to build it up too much, because then it'll flake that way. It's like it's almost creamy coming out, then dries so quick as soon as like it hits air. It's so weird sometimes how that works, the formula. Just fix this though. I hit my eye. Not meaning to. Alright. Okay. I think I got it. Let me just. But I like the gradient effect of this look too. I think it's the color selection in this is really good. And like in the spring, if you just use this peachy color here all over, and then pop it like this shade, or there's another one in there called something floral, electric flora. That would be gorgeous. Or even the hot pink shade blended out all over, then, you know, because you want to do something easy and quick, generally. Because you're busy in the summer, you're out moving, and because it's warm, so it's nice to be out, you know, type of thing. So but there, got that all fixed now. But just know, see, I got fallout right there from the mascara already, because I accidentally touched the lid. Like, that's all, or the lash, that's all it takes, y'all. Drives me insane. But it's such a pretty mascara. Oh, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so pretty that what do you do with it, you know? But anyway, this is the final look using that palette. I think it turned out so pretty. And I just love the palette. Like, the packaging just screams like love. In a sense, the pink, the dark pink, the hot pink, the peachy, the pink, the purple, the glitter, like it all just screams that, and it screams spring along the way. And the palette screams that to me. Love spring. Wait, I do love spring. See? It does scream it. So, I just enjoy it, and I wanted to showcase it again. And if you can get it, I really do like this palette. As you can see, it performed really nicely. Obviously, there's several different looks you can do with this palette. So I got two more that are based upon like love. Like, one's in the shape of a heart, and it's bulky, and it drives me insane. And then I have another one that's sort of like a I love you. It's I love you cherry much instead of I love you very much, you know, type of thing. So that's by Violet Voss. But I have a Lancome with a heart. It's a heart-shaped one I'm going to do. So I've got those two, and then I feel like Urban Decay, the cherry palette, kind of reminds me of Valentine's Day in a way, but then not really in a way. Maybe the heat. I wonder if it would. I'm going to have to check them out. So, this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to grab a palette, or if you have this palette, to bring it out and reuse it, or maybe you got colors that go with this, you know, that in another palette even. But I'm going to let you go, and if you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And again, this is the final look, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.